Bubbles.
It's a bit bubbly.
Sounds bubbly. And welcome to the superfunawesomehappytime pedal show. My name is Gabor.
Hey, welcome along. I'm Alex.
And what do we have that's super today?
Hey, this is the Super Seek Wah from Zvex. This
Yes.
is the Vector.
Zvex.
Zvex. Yeah, this is the Vector Series 1.
Vexter.
Vector, is it?
Yes.
Cool. That too. So this is basically like two Seek Wahs in one.
With benefits.
A bunch of other stuff going on.
Yes. Before we even start, please make sure to subscribe to the channel, hit the thumbs up, and leave a comment that's nice and happy. Or if it's negative, it's about Alex.
Yeah. Hit the notification bell, and that would be much appreciated. All right, so.
And we had some delay from the it UAD?
Let's get rid of that. A bit of
UAD delay?
UA delay. Start off, we've got some guitars going through Seritone or
Cheeriotone? Cheerio. It's either Cheerio or Cheerio.
Still working on pronunciation.
Yes,
right?
Cheeriotone.
It's basically like a 20-watt dumble into a single 12 cab with a greenback. It's mocked up with a 57. Yeah, so that's the setup.
Yes.
Now let's get the breakdown.
Yes. Oh, and I was playing a Parts-Master Caster Blaster, and you can watch the video about it here. Martin Smith pickups, Mako Guitar Necks, Emerson custom wiring, Justin Hermes design thing. Watch all the stuff there. Yes. Okay, so the Super Seek Wah. Now we've already done a video on the Super Seek Trem. And YouTube is going to tell me I'm placing two cards too close together, but you can watch that here. Basically, yeah, so like Alex was saying, it's like two sequas in one, but you have the added benefits of MIDI. You have a few extra functions like the delta function and all that sort of stuff. So basically, right? Basically, you have these 16 knobberoonies. That's a technical term in the middle. So they're little knobs basically, and pretty much what you can do. Let's just show the lovely folks. With this knob, you can change how many steps it is, right? So we can go all the way back down to one step. And if Alex now plays something. So basically, it's like you're rocking a wah, pretty much.
It's like each one's a fixed wah, basically.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you can also tell, so if it's all the way down, the light's really dim. I don't know if you can really see that in the video with my finger in the way. And then as you turn it up, the light gets brighter. Yeah, I think you can see that. And each one of them basically is one of those steps. Now you can say, I want 2 steps, for example. And then you can have, let's say, one is off, one is on. Now, if we were to play that, it would sound like this. So, I mean, that's basically, that's basically what it is, right? And you have 16 steps. You can decide how many you want. You can have 5, you can have 6, however many you want, right? And then it'll just kind of go back and forth. Now you have a speed. The speed shows the rate of how fast it goes between those different steps. You have well, let's just start with the simplest stuff. So you've got this knob is the step knob. So it shows you how many steps you've got. And that's the speed knob. Then you can do things like, for example, this, which has 3 different functions, but at the moment it's a tap rate. What you can do is, hang on, we need more than 1 step for that. Let's have 8 steps. This at the moment is set to tap. So you tap how fast you want it to go. You have also, by changing this, you have different subdivisions, and it goes from, I mean, look it all up. It's from 1 to 1 and 2/3 of a beat.
Yeah, there's like
to you know, different
half the time triplets. And 4 over 3.
And then lots, right? So if you turn it, if you go all the way up like this, and if I tap it now, it goes really fast. Anyway, it's just, that's just, you know, look it up. Look up the manual. You can look it up online. Then you have this little switch, which is sequence, random, and step. At the moment, it's in sequence, which means it goes in one direction. So let's do all 16 steps. So at the moment, it just goes from one step to the next, and so on, and so on, and so on. If you go random, it goes around randomly between the different steps.
Should we hear that?
Let's hear that. That's random. And then you have this other thing called step. Now the tap rate, basically what it does is it moves it from one step to the next. So you can actually manually do it, which sounds like this. And so on and so on and so on. So you can, if you so choose, you can do it manually. Now, one of the cool things you can do, so you have this this knob here called Gliss or Glissando. Basically what it does is it changes the wave shape of the filter. Yep. Now, if you go all the way counterclockwise, it's pretty much a square filter. So it's a really choppy sound. So it goes from one step basically being on to the next step being on.
If you know anything about synths or synthesis, this will make sense to you, how the wave shape. And
yeah, it's like a square wave. So it's basically, the one step is on, it goes to the next step that's on. You know, it's on, off, basically, which sounds suchly.
I think Glissando actually kind of smooths each transition into more of a sine wave.
So you have that quite hard, choppy sound that goes from one to the next. If you turn it up now, it's a smooth transition from the one to the next. Now, that's what's called a global glissando. Now you have this little switch here called groove to the left and wah to the right. And when it's set to wah to the right, what these little knobs do is they each, like I did earlier on, it shows you the intensity of the filter, right? And it shows you where sort of the filter is. It's like you're rocking a wah, basically. You're for lack of a better word, cocking the wah.
Yeah. Ever want to put 16 wah pedals together?
Yes, you can do that as well. But then you have to turn them on and off really, really quickly.
Yeah, true.
You have to have a couple of friends that turn them on and off.
You have to have 15 friends.
At least 15 friends.
Yeah.
16 friends would probably almost be better if you want to play guitar as well. Now, but what you can do is, so if you set it to groove, what it actually becomes, each one of these, right, are set now in their, you've cocked the wah. In the right position. But what you can do now is each one of these becomes its own individual glissando. So the global glissando is set to quite sine wavy, but let's say we want the first few steps here, and then maybe one down here to be really quite a hard step.
Sure.
Which would sound like this. You hear the little...
Yeah, the little choppy glitch almost thing.
Yeah.
That's
So
cool.
you can set, for each individual step, you can set its own glissando. Now, as soon as you touch this, it overwrites it because this is the global glissando. So now that I've moved this is back to where it was. So that's that, right?
Yep.
Then you have now the other things that the left foot switch can do. So this is your on and off. It's off now, it stopped. Turn it on, it goes on.
Look at it go, look at it go.
It's running. Oh, it's going to go fast, it's going to go fast. Oh, look how fast it goes. Okay. Now you have... yeah. Now you have these two bottom knobs are knobs and push buttons as well. Now, this one, if you hold it down, this actually becomes presets. You push down and twist it, and you have 8 presets, right? So you can save stuff to presets, which we'll do as well. The left function has tap, division, and delta, but what delta is, so if you push both buttons down, the light down here changes. So right now you're at hold.
Yep.
So for example, let's just quickly do hold. So hold basically stops it at wherever you are. So you stop the sequence.
Yeah, just freezes it.
Wherever you want it to stop.
Yeah.
Now, if you push it again, it goes to both buttons. It goes to delta. Now, what delta is a ramp thing.
That's the speed ramp.
Speed ramp. So what you can do is you can make, by holding this down, you can actually make the sequence speed up or slow down. You have this little switch here. One points up, or one points to the right, one points to the left. If it goes to the right, it actually speeds up. Now, by pushing this down, you can set how quickly you want it to speed up. So if you wanted to really quickly speed up, you go all the way up. So now if you play, well, actually, let's just to really demonstrate it. Let's make this nice and slow.
Sure.
And then up, as I push it down, it'll speed up. So it goes really quickly, right?
Yeah.
If you have a lot of spare time on your hands, you make it slow, and then it goes really slowly.
Let's go.
Oh, my finger's getting sore. But you can see it's very slowly speeding up.
Very slow. So that's a bit silly. But
yes,
you get the point. And also we can go down with the rate.
So let's go to something a little bit higher like this. So if we go the other way, it slows it down. So if we go to faster speed now.
Yep, go.
That's that. And I think in the middle, it goes up once, down. So you hang on, let's speed it up a bit again, just so it makes it easier to see.
Yeah.
And let's put this somewhere in the middle, like there. So if I push it now. So if you put it in the middle, it's, I think, you push it once, it slows down, you push it again, it speeds up, you push it again, it slows down, and so on and so on.
Alternates.
Yes.
Cool.
So
should we check out the presets? We haven't actually explored.
I don't think there's any presets in.
Oh, there's none there?
I don't know if there is. I don't think it comes preloaded with... Okay, let's check it out. I don't think there's any presets in there, so you've got to make your own presets. So how about... Oh, actually, there's one thing we forgot. One thing we forgot talking about. It also has a... expression pedal input. which, let's just quickly do that, and then we'll do presets. So expression pedal, it's just an El Cheapo expression pedal. You plug it in the back here where it says exp in.
Made of Southeast Asia's China's finest plastic.
And now here you have this switch. One says off, one says gliss, one says speed. So at the moment it's set to off, so nothing happens. That wasn't me doing the wow wow thing, that was that. So if you set it to speed, so you can set speed.
Yep.
The other thing is the gliss, so you can actually set the glissando with it, so you can make it go. You can make it go that sort of square wave to sine wave. And so on and so on and so on. So that's expression pedal input as well. Now, presets.
Yeah.
So let's make a preset. So what would you like, Alex? Well, how about let's make something so it's really, really, really stupidly obvious to see that there's presets. Let's make one that's only 2 steps and have on and off. And what I wanted to do is I wanted to delta, because I mean it remembers this stuff too. I want it to be relatively fast. I want it to be random.
1, 2, 2.
Oh, it actually goes. It could be kind of cool. Let's see what it sounds like. Let's just say that's the preset we want.
It's a funky wah sound.
Right? Funky wah sound preset. So what you got to do is you hold down the preset bit, you go to whatever number you want it to be, you hold down this button, light flashes, done. So that's now saved to the first preset slot.
Cool.
So now let's do something completely different. So let's do one that's 16 steps.
Let's go really choppy.
Really choppy? Okay. Let's go that there. And let's do, well, what does this sound like now? Let's just do that one. So it's a random one, and we want to have the hold switch. Okay, let's just say that's the one we want.
Definitely the one I want.
Preset, move it to number 2, hold that down, light flashes, we're done. So now we have preset 1.
Okay.
Preset 2. Oh, okay, so it's interesting actually. It doesn't remember that bit. It doesn't remember the sequence of random bit, but it remembers all the other bit. So there's presets. So we save 2 presets. I think that's pretty much everything. The other thing you can do, so you've got MIDI in and MIDI through.
Yep.
So you can run, for example, things like Logic, which we're running here. You can run a clock out into it, so you can sync it, or you can sync it with other pedals. It has MIDI out, MIDI through as well, which is great, so you can hook up multiple pedals. You also have this thing called a tap in-out here, where you can either use an external tap. So, for example, if you use like a loop switcher or something, like an ES8 or something, you can have the tap function kind of global. But it also has an out, which means you can actually, via the tap out, you can hook it up to a second, like for example, the Super Sick Trem, and you can control the speed, the tap on both. They sort of talk to each other, and which is kind of cool. And that's pretty much everything.
It's fun, hey? Nice.
Yeah. So that's a Super Sick wire.
Yeah, cool. Should leave them with a bit of playing?
Sure.
Okay.
Do you want me to play or you play?
Either way. Would you like to play?
The cool intro, but I haven't done anything else.
Did you?
Totally cool. Well, maybe give me some of that delay again. But a little bit. Other people will whinge. Make it really choppy and really fast. It's interesting.
Fantastic.
So that's a Super Sick wire.
Yo.
I think it's pretty cool.
It's cool.
Especially, I think this is the kind of thing. I think you get the most out of it if you sync it to something. So you have a beat or something like that, and you actually via MIDI you time sync it. So maybe we'll do a video or something where we time sync stuff, and maybe because we do have a Super Sick Trem as well, maybe we can sync them both together and do something synced.
That'd be cool.
You might be syncing. Are you syncing what I'm syncing?
On that note.
On that note.
Bye.
Bye.